Hello and welcome back to another Clash Royale video. In today's video, we'll be going over a best out of 7 series between myself and Clashmaster, another YouTuber here, and I put his channel link in the description down below, so be sure to subscribe and turn his notifications on as well. He's got some great content coming up soon, and he's got some great stuff up there already. So yeah, be sure to subscribe to him, and be sure to subscribe to me as well. I've got about like 34 subs now, and that's great. Like last week I was up at like 10 subs maybe. And over on my Twitch account, I'm at like 44, which is awesome. I did my first stream, I was averaging like 28 views, which is not bad for my first stream. So if you're not already following me on Twitch or subscribing to me on YouTube, be sure to do that. And I got some great content coming up on my Twitch account. I got just started my level 1 account. I'm gonna do some like weird, crazy challenges over there, and I'll be live streaming all of that on Twitch. And who knows, maybe I'll put up some videos on YouTube about that. But if you want to tune into that like series, be sure to check that out on Twitch. I got some good stuff coming up. So to start off the best of 7 series, before we get into it, I'm just going to kind of explain a little bit of how it works. So I know not everyone here might know about like competitive battles in like the esports world of Clash Royale, but so like the way it works is typically it's a best out of 5 series, and each game is a new deck, so you can't use the same deck twice, kind of like a simple rule. But basically here in this video we'll be doing best out of 7 series, and you'll see why. In this first matchup we got going, I stole a deck right off of RoyaleAPI.com. For those of you that haven't heard of it, it's a great site. It tells you like all the meta decks, the trending ones, the highest win rates, and really which decks are just kind of like working right now, and which ones the top players are using. And you can even look up top clans, top players overall. So if you haven't checked out that website, go check it out. I put the link in my description below as well. But let's get right into this first match. So this first match, we're using one of their top decks right now. It's like 54% win rate at the time of this video. It's got the Royal Hogs and the Royal Recruits. So the way you want to play it is starting off, like do what I just did right there with the Royal Hogs. If it's in your starting hand, you want to put the Royal Hogs right in the center, so then they split across the river. And just so we can get like what we did right there, where it's a 4 elixir trade with the bomb tower and the hog, and we got a 400 damage out of 1 hog. So, and if we were to put all 4 hogs on one side right there, all 4 hogs would have just got wiped out, maybe 1-2 hits on the tower, not even actually. So yeah, definitely when you're starting out, if you want to play a little more aggressive, you can with this deck. That's the great part about it. Or you could always just wait, sit at 10 elixir and wait for your opponent to start off. But so starting off with this match, we got about a 200 health lead going on, and so it's not too bad right now. It's looking alright. Right there, he placed his bomb tower in a great spot, so he was clumping 3 at a time with the bomb, and so that's always good to see for him. Right there. Let's see what we got going on right now. So it's looking like he's running one of the other meta decks. Actually, I have this deck coming up soon, and so you know he's got Spear Goblins, the Knight. He's got the bombs. What else has he got? He's got the bomb tower. There's those Spear Goblins. So he's probably going to look for a little bit of an aggressive, maybe a miner coming in. And Bar Barrel is always good right there, so this should get 1 hit unless he logs it. So that's good 2 for 2 elixir trade. So whenever you're like playing, you should always try to count your elixir. So always trying to count each push. So right here, I got 7 elixir going in with the Royal Recruits, and I just took out 3 with the miner. And he just got the magical archer for 4, so that's adding up to 7 to 7 right now. So I put down the flying machine, counteracts with the bomb. So there's like a little like higher level gameplay thinking right there, and it just really comes in handy with like the lower elixir decks, and so then you know when you can be aggressive, and you can kind of keep track of their elixir at all times. It's pretty hard to do. I'm not great at it myself, but some of the best players, that's like how they know like when to make a great push, or when to sit back and kind of relax and gain some elixir. So it's not always about you being at 10 elixir, but it's always about what elixir does the opponent have, kind of. But as I'm saying that, I'm really not doing too good in this battle right here. I'm kind of getting wrecked, and it's just like the matchup, honestly. This matchup's not too great. I don't really have anything to stop the magical archer from like hitting my tower right from the bridge right there. So this matchup's not looking too great, but it's okay. It's best out of 7, so if we lose this first one, it's not too bad. But still, I'm not trying to lose it just yet. Yeah, let's see what we got. So his magical archer is just doing some damage right now. It is just crushing, and as you see right here, just tearing apart my bomb tower. Horrible placement by my flying machine right there, and that'll probably drop right there. He's got his I don't know why he put his miner down, but anyway, probably right there to get a good push going with the miner. The miner has a little bit too much health. I want to almost ask for a nerf, but well, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Some people do think it needs a buff. I personally think the miner needs a nerf. For 3 elixirs, it's a little too strong. I mean, I like the mechanics behind it, but overall, I think it has a little too much health to damage ratio. And so yeah, this game's not looking too great. His magical archers, again, just tearing it up. I probably wouldn't even get hit off with that goblin. And let's see what we do. This is looking like he could just finish me. He's got 2 magical archers coming, 2 bombs. I'm just gonna push the left side, hope this game be over. But yeah, let's see. Maybe we get a good push going with the zaps. No, that knight's gonna wipe it right out. He's got 2 magical archers, just tearing it up. We place the bomb tower. Oh, we have the spear goblins. All right, it's still not looking like great. But we're hanging in there. We never accept defeat until we have to. I'd rather just waste the time. So keep putting those royal hogs down. Again, you're supposed to put them like at the top of the bridge early on to kind of see what deck you're facing. But later on, when I just need damage on a specific tower, it's best to place the royal hogs towards like all the way to one side. So especially if he has a bomb tower, it's only gonna get 3 of them instead of 4. Right here, I didn't place them all the way to the side, so all 4 went. But if they're one tile over more, then one of them would have got a hit on the tower actually, and so that would have been very beneficial to me right there. And one more hit, and that's game. So we lost our first battle. I really don't like putting these losing battles on here, but it's a competitive match. We'll see where it takes us. So for this next game, it's gonna be a little strategic. Change the deck on the bottom left of the screen right now. So we're gonna go with this Lava Loon deck. And I actually got this deck off Royale API, and this one's also a great deck. I was using this in Classic Challenge. I ended up going like 8-3, got those 3 losses, but I got like 8 wins with this deck. And this one's awesome. I almost thought about making a video on it. Maybe I will later, but it doesn't have the best defense to this deck. It's more of just a 3 crown deck. It's really fun to play, and it kind of makes your opponents a little ragey, gotta say. So like your only ground troops really are the barbs, and everything else is in the air. So if you're versing like a double prince deck or something like that that just doesn't have much air defense, you're gonna roll right through it. So let's see what he has so far. He's not showing too much. He's got a cannon cart, so maybe look for a giant or a graveyard. Those are some decks that are common right now. So we're gonna place this Inferno Tower at the bridge, hopefully to stop that. Got the miner. Make sure you always want to stop that cannon cart as close to the tower as possible, so the princess can hit it, but the cannon cart can't. So he has a mega minion to try and stop my lava loon, but I put the skeleton dragons right there to stop it. We got the knight, just gonna absorb damage right there. There's that fireball. Alright, so now we know he has a fireball in this deck. We're gonna want to be a little more cautious when we place those barbs. So right now, it's a good placement for the barbs because he doesn't have the fireball cycle, which is great. So now let's see what he has. He's a bomb tower too. So he's got a lot of AoE, at least for the ground wise. So that bomb tower doesn't really hit anything in the air, so we'll keep that going forward. So right now, the best thing about this deck is he knows I have a Lava Hound. He knows my only ground troop right now is a Barb. He might not be thinking about the Loon coming, unless of course he knows about this deck. And so this Lava Loon deck is pretty popular, so I'm sure he knows I have the Loon. But otherwise, if you didn't really know, you'd probably be thinking I was holding another ground troop, because just having one is a little risky. But it's looking good so far in this matchup, gotta say. He doesn't have too much air defense. He's got the archers, he's got the fireball, the mega minion. Besides that, I don't know if he could touch the air that much. So we're gonna put this balloon down, let some baby lava hounds take it. Get them. Alright, not bad. So he placed that bomb tower just to kind of get both princess towers activated on my balloon. There it is. So that won't get hit off. Balloon bomb, essentially useless right there. Great placement by him. So he's got this archer. It's looking like it might not get hit. Alright, good thing that archer falls. Usually in every video, I get like at least one thing, like whether it's a bat or a skeleton or an archer. I get just one thing that just sits out and it just keeps hitting my guys. No matter what game it is, I always just get unlucky. But typically in these videos, I try not to include this unlucky stuff. But we'll see. We'll see how we go. Again, this is a competitive battle, so I'm just gonna include whatever I got. And so it's a little long, but it is best out of 7. So be sure to stay tuned because we got some better games coming up. But yeah, so this deck right here is very aggressive. So right here, this balloon bomb should get a hit off, and this is looking great for us. Again, we had the matchup here. We didn't really have the matchup in the last game. But that's what I love about competitive battles, is that it doesn't really matter how you do the one game, because you just have to, you know that deck's out of the cycle. So if he just play a log bait deck, he's most likely not going to play a log bait deck again, unless it's going to be a log bait deck, like a different variety, maybe one with rocket, one without. But anyway, 1-1 so far in the competitive battle. Not too bad against him. Good start. Let's see if we can keep this rolling. We got to get to 4 wins. So originally we were thinking about doing best out of 5, but then we kind of figured, why not do best 4 out of 7? We got the time on our hands. Just got to make the video for it. So for our third game, I'm debating about which deck we're gonna use. I think we're gonna use this P.E.K.K.A. Royal Giant one. It's kind of a little bit of a custom deck, and I really like playing it. I haven't seen really, I think I've seen like 1 or 2 other people use this deck. Not too popular, not too customized either, but it really fits my game style. I like it a lot. And especially with that Goblin Gang in there, it really stops like heavy elixir pushes, and it stops their P.E.K.K.A. whatever else they got. So let's see what he has. It's looking like he's got another cannon cart deck. Maybe he's got a graveyard in there, because whenever you see the cannon cart, you should always expect a graveyard or a giant. Of course, he didn't have either last game, but it's just something to expect. And that was a great placement right there by my Electro Wizard. It does die, but at least that cannon cart doesn't get hit off. And if you ever have Zap Cycle, it's a great way to stop those bombs right there. It's a 2-2 elixir trade, but trust me, it's worth it. And so if I were him right there, I actually probably would have placed those bombs right at the center, and they would have split lanes. And when they split lanes, I could have only stopped one of them. One of them was to guarantee get a hit. But he probably didn't know what deck I was running just yet. So later in the game, he might do that until he's focusing like onto one tower. So let's see right here, he's got the cannon cart. I'm gonna try and P.E.K.K.A., but then he goblin barrels me. So we're gonna tornado right into the activate the king tower. And look at that, so we're down by like 500, but we gotta have the king tower activated, and we're up about 2 elixir, seems like. We're gonna make sure that bomb doesn't get hit, so now we're even elixir, but now I'm down, actually no, we're about even elixir right now, so not too bad. That P.E.K.K.A. wipes out the bandit and the skeletons, not too bad. Alright, so we're evening out the damage on the towers a little bit, and I don't think he's expecting a Royal Giant. So that's another thing about this deck. I showed 7 out of my 8 cards already. And that last card, he might be thinking I'm holding a P.E.K.K.A. freeze, so he will play his troops a little safely, and it'll probably like spread him out on his own base when the P.E.K.K.A. comes in. But I actually have the Royal Giant, so I can just split sides and like, what the heck. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully he doesn't know. Let's place this Royal Giant right here, see if he's ready for it. And it's looking like he is ready for it. I'm not going to tornado that because it won't really do too much. Alright, we're going to make sure the Hunter doesn't get a hit off. We really want to protect that right tower. Not going to worry too much about the left, but he does have a good push going. And now we're going to have to invest some elixir on that left side right now. Hopefully that cannon cart switch targets. Alright, and it's probably going to start hitting, yep, it started hitting the princess. That's okay. It's okay. We kind of even out the towers until he puts the bandit down. This bandit just flying through his card. He's got some good cycles going on. Yeah, so he's got probably like a 3.0 elixir deck. Mine right now is a 4.4. This is not too much of a cycle deck. His is definitely a cycle one. It's working pretty well for him. We're going to tornado the goblin. There it is. I bet we're going to zap the bombs. 5 seconds left in this game. And it's looking like he's got 700 elixir lead, now 800. Let's see if we can stop this cannon cart. It's not looking too good, not looking too good. Alright, let's see if hopefully we can get this Royal Giant push coming. Let's see, drops the Hunter. It's such a good placement. I didn't have my tornado ready for it just yet to like get it out of the way and get less bullets in. He's got the Goblin Barrel coming. I only zap it, so I'm get a couple hits. Oh, he's got the cannon cart. That's the game. That was my second game. Dang. Alright, I'm down 1-2. Down 1-2 in the series right now. Not looking too good. Alright, so 1-2. Hopefully 4 more games left. So 3 games down. We're gonna use my most treasured deck, the Royal Giant Firecracker Earthquake deck, the one I made my first video about. I don't lose with this deck. I might, but This is my favorite deck. I do know how to play it the best, and let's see how we do this game. This is one of my favorite decks to play with just because it is so, you can play it aggressively, you can play it defensively. Again, I mentioned that in my video. If you haven't checked that out, go check out my first video. It's great. It really teaches you how to use this deck, and it's a great like learning deck too, especially if you don't really know your game style just yet. So yeah, definitely go check that out if you haven't already. Alright, so let's see what he's got. He's got a Hunter and an Earthquake. Alright, looking like he's got my deck. But let's see. Let's see what he's got. Because this is somewhat of a popular deck. I have seen it on Royale API. But there it is. So he's got the Royal Recruit right there. So we know we don't have the Royal Delivery in our deck. It's a little different. Let's get the Spear Goblins as well. Maybe we can expect some Royal Hogs out of this. Not too sure though. Not too sure. Let's see. Let's put the Firecracker down, make sure that Hunter doesn't get a hit. So Hunter does get a hit. That's unlucky. I'm gonna give him a little well played right there. We're gonna preempt an Earthquake right there, yep. So, oh, look at the Firecracker still got a hit. Oh, I literally put the Earthquake there just so the Firecracker wouldn't hit, so he couldn't activate the King Tower with skeletons because he showed it already. But I guess I just did it a little too late, and he had a good placement right there. So that's a big disadvantage. We're down by almost 1,000. I put too much elixir into that. So he's definitely up some elixir right now. Oh, there it is. Yep, he's just going to keep taking my tower with that Earthquake. So, alright, let's see how this goes. It's not looking too good. I made a big mistake. That was like a 6 elixir waste right there. That wasn't too good. Horrible placement by my Hunter. Oh god, this isn't too good. Yeah, I would definitely suggest looking at my first video. I play a lot better than I do here. I don't know why, but I'm just not doing too great with this one. We're going to put the Earthquake here, hopefully to stop this push, maybe not get a hit off. But he activates the King Tower. It's a little ballsy by him, but I do see why. I mean, he doesn't really need the King Tower activation. It doesn't really affect him anyway, because he's just using spells and countering my pushes. So it's smart play by him, because it doesn't really affect him. And especially with those Royal Hogs, they're going to get a hit off regardless. He's got the Earthquake down, and it looks like we're going to lose a tower. Alright, I basically lost the tower. Kinda. Let's see how we go. We're going to put the skeletons down. We're going to want to get this push going. Okay, 2 Royal Giants coming. So I like playing this deck sometimes when you can do that, and you can cycle through 2 Giants, but he just melts them. Dang, this is not a good matchup for this deck. I'm going to put that on the list. This deck and Lava Loons wreck my deck. Otherwise, I don't lose with this deck. This deck is very solid. I do highly suggest you use it, but there are a few matchups like this where you do get countered. So what are we down? 3-1 in this series? Oh god. Alright, if I give up one more loss, then looking like I'll lose the Clash Master. 3-1. Dang. Alright, so we're on to our 5th game. So this is my 5th unique deck, and we'll kind of see where it goes. But yeah, let's take a little bit of a break. I'm getting wiped over here. So again, this is a competitive battle, so we're gonna want to keep it competitive in all of our matches. So I gotta really bring a good deck coming here. I think I'm gonna use my bridge spam deck, my P.E.K.K.A. bridge spam. If you haven't ever heard of that one, it's always a good one. It's kind of like a classic one. You put the Ram Rider down, and then right away you put the P.E.K.K.A. right in front of it. The Ram Rider pushes it forward, and just kind of the P.E.K.K.A. gets to the tower extra fast. It's like a speed boost. It's like putting a rage on it, kind of. And so yeah, let's send this friendly battle over. We'll see what kind of a matchup we got going. Hopefully we get a little bit of luck on our side, and we could definitely pull out a win. Hopefully we can get the upset right now, because he's up 3-1. But best out of 7, so I would need 3 wins in a row right here. So let's see if we can do it. So with this deck, you have the Magical Archer, and typically a Magical Archer and Tornado combo is great, because then you can Tornado the enemy troops in a line in front of the Princess Tower, and then the Magical Archer could essentially just hit the tower from before the bridge, and like hit the tower within safety. But of course with this deck we have the Poison instead, which is also, it's good. You could use this deck with a Tornado. I have seen it, but I don't recommend it, just because the Poison is such a good, this is such a like a high quality card with this deck, and it really stays on par with the 3.9 like average elixir. But so let's see, so I started off with the P.E.K.K.A. on the left side, and there's that Battle Ram coming in. And we know he's got the Royal Giant coming on the right, so we're going to want to try and stop that push. Alright, that Fisherman takes it out. Alright, so he's looking like he's running a classic Royal Giant Hunter Fisher deck. And so, Electro Wizard in there. He's probably got Skeleton somewhere as well. Alright, he's got a log. So we're going to put the Magical Archer down. Hopefully Hunter won't get a hit. That's the plan. Alright. So Magical Archer should get 3 hits. And it's looking like it might proc the King Tower before the Royal Ghost. But he puts his Fisherman down. I'm not sure why he did that. It wasn't a great play by him. That's good for us. Good for us. Always a plus. Alright, so this Royal Ghost is doing some damage right there. A little bit of a misplayer by him. Let's hope we can take advantage of it. And God, kind of good celebrate there because he doesn't really misplay much. We're gonna want to be a little aggressive, like what I said earlier. Battle Ram P.E.K.K.A. Let's see if we get the P.E.K.K.A. in front. Couldn't get the elixir quite fast enough. Kind of thinking it was like double elixir, and that was bad right there. So I kind of gave up that elixir lead I had, but it's fine. We're tied in elixir right now, and I got about a 700 lead on the tower. So plus in my book so far. Let's see what we can do so far. We're gonna want to play a little defensive. Just kind of starting up a push with Magical Archer, kind of defending both sides because he has such a far range. He's got a Fireball. Alright, so he saved that one. I forgot that's in this deck. Alright, so he's going to place, once he places that Royal Giant in the back, we know he's got 4 elixir, maybe 6 elixir by the time I put my troops down because it's double elixir right now. And so you really want to just heavy push one side, the opposite side of his Royal Giant, or if they do that with a Golem or something like that, heavy push the other side. Because they don't have enough elixir to typically stop a good push. And then if you have simple cards like a Skeleton or a Goblin Gang, you can easily stop that Royal Giant or P.E.K.K.A, Golem, whatever it may be. And so it's looking like we do have the matchup here, thank God. We finally got a good matchup going on. Let's see what we can do. Take out the Electro Spear. We're going to want to keep poisoning that left tower. Right tower is doing massive damage right now. Not bad, not bad. Let's see where this takes us. Royal Ghost gets another hit. So this is looking like a wrap. Hopefully we can just get one more hit with the Battle Ram. If not, we'll definitely get a hit with the Poison. Let's see what he pulls here. Bad placement by my Magical Archer. Should have placed it center to the bridge, so then it would have hit the tower right away. But it's okay. We'll finish that off right there with the Poison. There it is. Starting the comeback. 3-2. Alright, 3-2 in the series now. Again, this is a must-win game. And so we're going to use my favorite ladder deck that we got going, the P.E.K.K.A Freeze Lumberjack Prince deck. I'm telling you, I'm still waiting on making a video for this deck. I haven't been playing too much ladder, really. I've just been kind of focusing on like competitive battles, classic challenges, making videos. And yeah, so I'm also like trying to make a new like series on Twitch with a level 1 account. I'll put some stuff in the description down below and I'll talk more about it at the end of the video. So if you want to tune into that, be sure to be following my Twitch and don't forget to subscribe to YouTube. But yeah, so with this deck, you really want to be very aggressive as you can. If anyone wants to try this deck, be my guest. I'm helpful. I'll be right here to give you tips if you need it. But this deck is great. It's a 3 crown type of a deck. You don't ever really get a game where it's just a 1 crown game. You might get a couple 2 crowners. Like right here, I got 1 crown already, like pretty early on. So I'm gonna want to go for that 2nd crown right away. I don't want to go for that 3rd crown because that's always a bad decision, no matter really what deck you're playing. So you always want to go for that 2nd. You want to take out both lanes before you go for the King Tower. Of course, unless you got a big push coming on one side. So let's see. It's looking like he's got a log bait type of a deck. Not too sure. Or maybe this was the deck from the first game. Yeah, actually, I think he's using the deck that I used the first game. Again, there's a trending deck right now, and I understand why he's using it. So we gotta be careful of that Magical Archer Tornado combo that he's got. So right there, I'm gonna take a couple hits from my Wizard with the King Tower, but it's looking like it won't really matter. And we're gonna want to use that Tornado. So I put the Tornado in this deck instead of the Battle Healer that I had before, and that was just mainly because the Battle Healer didn't really fit with this deck. And I really liked the Battle Healer here just because whenever I would freeze, it would heal up everything and nothing would get touched, and it would be back up to full health by the time the freeze was over. So that was a nice combo we don't see too often, but I gotta say, it didn't really fit too much, and so now I like using the Tornado, so whenever he places like far away troops like Magical Archer, I can Tornado it right to the P.E.K.K.A and it just gets one shot. So that's a great thing about this deck. And right here, as you can see, I got 2 pushes going. I got one on the left side with the Prince, the other on the right side with the P.E.K.K.A. Kind of missed my freeze a little bit, that's okay. We still got a big push coming. Let's see what he's got. Alright, get rid of those bombs. Just get 2 hits from this P.E.K.K.A, that's game. Maybe just 1 hit, because we got the wizard coming. 1 P.E.K.K.A hit, should be fine. Alright, 2 P.E.K.K.A hits, there it is. There it is, I'm telling you, this is a 3-crown deck. I will be making a video on this soon. I got a lot of stuff in the works. And I know I keep saying I'll do this and that. And so this was actually one of my subscribers, Clashmaster. He reached out to me, wanted to do a collab. And so I said, yeah, of course. Like, so this is my first ever like collab type of a video. But anyway, let's get right into our 7th game. So for this game, it's game 7 right now. So I tied up the series 3-3. Let's see if we can get this 3-1 comeback right now. So I'd have to win 3 games in a row, and let's see if we can do it. So I'm using a Electro Giant Prince deck, and it's looking like he's reusing. Actually, he may not be reusing deck. Goblin Gang, Bats, Miner. All right, let's see. We're gonna want to put a Prince behind that. All right, so then that kind of gives it again like a little bit of a speed boost. The horse is just really pushing it forward. And let's see what we can do. He's got the mortar in there as well. We're gonna want to tornado his troops, get rid of them. And luckily that Princess Tower is still activated on that Electro Giant. The Prince is getting a whole bunch of hits in there. Bad placement with the bats. This is looking like a great game for us, guys. Alright, so we definitely have the matchup advantage here. I haven't played this deck too much, but I gotta say this one's great. Electro Giant is a very like matchup oriented card because it can get countered very easily. But when you're going against a lot of army decks like the Skeleton Army or the Bats, Goblin Gang, this really counters all of them. So this is a good one against like a log bait, essentially. And so luckily we got a good matchup coming here. Get rid of his mortar. So now we just want to play a little bit defensive. So we got a minute and a half, and we have a good defense with that Goblin Cage, Baby Dragon. Another way you can play this if you want to start it off a little defensively is you can do exactly what I just did actually. Start off a little defensively, wait till he puts a troop down that is capable of being tornadoed right to the King Tower, and then just tornado it, activate the King Tower right there. So hopefully we don't lose a tower here. I placed my Prince so the mortar first hits the Prince instead of the Princess, but now it's looking like it re-targeted. That's okay, we'll get one more hit there. Alright, look at that. So the mortar only got 1 hit on our Princess. Not bad. This match shouldn't get a hit because I have the King activated. And another way you can play this is you can put the Baby Dragon Ice Wizard down, both AoE cards, and you can tornado all of his troops to the center of anything, any tile. And the Baby Dragon Ice Wizard are a great combo when it comes to that. And you can just start melting troops. Right now I placed the Electro Giant. I want to be a little aggressive, so then he's not always on the push and winning elixir every time. So it looked like he was winning about like 2 elixir, like through that trade he did like twice, and he was getting some hits off from the tower, so that wasn't good. So I had to play a little bit of offense, and now we're gonna want to sit back a little bit now that we're like even elixir again. So now we know his cannon cart is in range of the Princess, so we're gonna want to tornado that back and let it die. There it is. So now the cannon cart can't get a hit off on our tower. 5 seconds left. Tower's down to 200. Gonna be down to 100. Let's go. All right, let's go. So we got our 7th win. We did the comeback. Let's go. Alright, that was a great video, guys. Shout out to Clashmaster for just like reaching out to me, wanting to do this collab, really pushing it. And I gotta say, this made for a great video. A little longer than I'd like, but yeah, definitely. If you stayed to watch this whole video, thank you. That was a great video to watch. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, notifications on so you never miss a new video when it comes out. And please go check out my Twitch account. I am gonna start a new episode, new series. I keep saying episode. A new series coming out soon of just my level 1 account and like grinding through the ranks. I want to try and see how far I can go as a level 1. I want to see how many trophies I can get. I saw someone get to 5,000 trophies as a level 1. So we're gonna try and beat that. We're starting from the beginning here, and I'm gonna film all of it on my Twitch account. And I'm gonna film all of it on my Twitch account and like maybe put some nice highlights here on my YouTube. So be sure to follow both of them. And yeah, guys, peace out. See you in the next video.